Okay, what I got here, I want to share this tool with you that I made. And this is an extremely handy situation. And what I got here, I got my floor jack. Okay, now this is a Harbor Freight floor jack. I bought it several years back. And I went ahead and I made me an axle removal tool. Now this is good for trailers. It's good for basically any rear axle that you can imagine on anything except possibly 18-wheelers. So if you're working on a car or a truck, or possibly what we're going to be working on today is a trailer, this is something that you might want to think about making. So you want to go ahead and take the pad off of your floor jack, just like that. Now once again, this is Harbor Freight, and I had to buy a crossbeam, a service jack crossbeam from Harbor Freight to bolt onto this. Let's go ahead, I'm going to show you how this thing works, and I think you're going to be shocked.
Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
So I bought this crossbeam that you're looking at right here, and I went ahead and modified it to make it work for what I wanted. Now what this is for, this is actually an extender tube for our yoke on the rear axle, and I'm going to show you that after we're all done. So I welded this to the jack extender, the crossbeam. I welded this to the crossbeam, and then I got another piece that goes in here, and then it's got an adjustable arm up and down with a carriage that will hold your yoke on your rear end. But we're not going to use that today because we are actually working on a trailer. We're taking the axle out of a trailer and replacing it. So let me show you how this works. I put tape on this right here so I don't lose the nut. Gotta get the tape off. There we go, just like that. And then inside this hole right here, you can see here's the nut that screws onto the jack itself, or the bolt. So we're going to go ahead and sit this on here, just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and get the Allen screw that we need. Then we're going to line this up and get it to screw on here. So if you work on a lot of trailers, and I'm not talking 18-wheelers, I'm talking like trailers we're going to be looking at, you might want to consider making one of these as a permanent situation. So I got my cross jack on here, my cross beam, and this will adjust just like when you buy it. Once again, this is a Harbor Freight setup. And then what I did is I made these pads. You can see these frames. It's got a frame, and then I took a 3x3 square tubing, and then I took some angle iron, okay, 1/8 inch angle iron, and then inside here, if we look right here, I took some round stock. Let me go ahead and pull that off. I took some round stock and made me a pin that I can lock those down onto the pads. So we're going to go like that right there. And then this will lock down, this will lock this down onto the pad, just like this. So we're going to lock that down. And as you can see, this sits on there and it's nice and sturdy. Look at that. I'm going to swing it around like this. Do you see what I'm doing here? Look how easy this is. And when I'm not using them, I just take some Gorilla Tape, just like that, to tape the pin to the adapter plate that I made. Look at that, fits right on there. Okay, so now that we got it all together, and you can see how this thing swivels around. Alright, very nice. What we're going to do is we're going to go under the trailer. We're going to go up under the trailer and we're going to go ahead and get that axle. We're going to put this on there, and then I'll be able to remove the leaf springs on the trailer. And then once I remove the leaf springs, the axle will be held in place by our custom built axle jack that I made, and we'll be able to remove that axle out of the one person situation, and we don't have to worry about bothering people to help us or anything of the sort, and it's a nice, safe, and secure situation. And now, as you can see, I can safely and securely, look what's going on here, safely and securely remove the leaf spring, get my axle out. It's not going to go anywhere. I'll pull the axle out, I'll be able to slide the other one in, and be done with this job. Okay. And then once we got all of our leaf springs dropped, or however you're working on, or whatever you are working on, you can be working on your car, getting your rear axle on. I'm going to show you the adapter I made for that in a minute. The next thing we can do is go ahead and pull this axle out and be done with it. We're going to go pick the new one up. We'll repeat our process in reverse, put our brand new axle in, and we'll be done. And look what we got here, guys. Jack that up just a hair. We got our axle out of the way there, ready to put the new one in. So, what can I say? It's a situation that says my friend Pete did it right, did it right, did it right, did it right. Because if you're not doing it right, you definitely aren't doing it at all. Alright, before I put the axle under here, I wanted to show you this little feature about my axle jack that makes it really convenient. So what we got here, we got an adapter that I made, and I'm going to go ahead and take the nut off. I want to show you how this works. And this is where our yoke would go. This is where the yoke would sit, and then you adjust it with this nut right here up and down. But you can see how handy this would be. So you put a wrench on this nut, and then that thing will screw in and out. You see what I'm saying?
Up or down.
So it'll take the yoke and it'll tilt it to the angle that you need, so you can hook your drive shaft and get the rear end precisely in the vehicle of your choice that you need to use it on. Let me show you how this thing hooks up. So you come over here like this, and that slides in there, and then you're going to go ahead and put your nut and bolt just like that. And then of course once you tighten that on there, now you can actually use a carter pin in there, the lock carter pin, and then the mechanism, it slides this way here depending on how big your third member is and your yoke, and then your yoke would sit in here. So that kind of gives you an angle of what kind of tool this is. We don't need that on this situation here because this is for a trailer. And the reason I wanted to show this to you, there's a lot of shops out there that are changing trailers axles and doing trailer repairs, and this is really something that can help you get the job done right. So we're going to go ahead and put this rear axle back under the vehicle. Look how easy it is. Look at this. Are you watching this?
I'm watching.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and push it in there. Just like that. Looky here. So now what I can do, I can go ahead and jack it up in there like that. And if you can pull the jack over there, if you can pull the rear end over there, I'll push it here.
Okay.
How's it looking?
Yeah, you're like, I don't know, a fist away from it.
Okay. And then we'll go like that, get it back a little bit, center it up. And now I can go ahead and install my leaf springs, get my shackles on, get the rear end installed properly, and it's a done deal. Alright, we got our axle installed. Let's get our jack out and look it over one more time. So there you go. Handy item, awesome tool. Let me show you what's going on here. I'm going to take these three tools right here. Watch what I do. I'm going to go ahead and take this off just like this. You see how nice this is? Minnie the Body Shop Girl.
I see that. Makes it a one-man operation.
Pretty much. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on here. Just like that. Do you see that?
I see that.
Huh? What do you think of that idea? Look at there, look at that. Got my rubber pad, and look there. And I got my floor jack back. I'm going to take these right here. I'll go ahead and duct tape that to that one. And then I'm going to take this pin out just like that. And I'm going to duct tape that right there. And then I'll put some duct tape over this hole so I don't lose my bolt. And we're going to put that away for another day and another axle that's going to need replaced. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, doing it right, doing it right, doing it right. Because if you're not doing it right, you definitely ain't doing it at all.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.